This is a special presentation of Brantley journalism you can't find anywhere else, and a special interview as I welcome you, as always, Grant Conley with you today. As today is our special guest, Mr. Brayden Cole. Brayden, thank you for doing this with me, of course.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
So, first question, you shared your testimony earlier. My question is, let's say we could rewind in your third grade self. What would he think of you right now?
I think that if I was able to go back to my third grade self, I think I would be blown away and probably call you a liar and all those names. But ultimately, I think my third grade self would be proud to look up to someone like myself in a non-boastful way, obviously.
Yeah.
Seeing the change in what God has done, I think that I would kind of just be blown away, but I wouldn't believe you for a while.
Yeah. That brings me to my second question. Playing for God, you've played wrestling, you said, and football. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I wrestled my freshman year and I played football all 4 years.
How does playing for God make a difference? Can you see it on the football field, like giving your all? Do you give it a little bit more? How does that work? Do you think you give a little more playing for God?
Honoring God through your sport and ultimately just playing, it's more rewarding, if that makes sense. Because when you're playing for yourself and everything that you get, like if you had if you get or have a bad performance, most likely you're going to put it all on yourself, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be down and you're not going to be happy or whatever. But I remember that there would be games where we lost, right? And I wouldn't feel that upset. Number one, because every time I go on the field, I believe that I truly give my best effort. Secondly, because I get to go teach Bible study on Sunday. I get to go to church on Sunday. I get to hang out on Saturday, right? When you believe in Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, and you follow what God calls you in your life, momentary pleasures will not seem tempting one bit. And what I mean by that is that eternity that I get from following Jesus is way greater than the high of a win or the slopes of a loss.
Yeah. And that brings me great to our question. For football, do you have a favorite game or the biggest comeback you ever did in football? Like, was there a big comeback you ever had? You remember? You want to look back on your high school career?
Oh, okay. My favorite game. I'll answer both. My favorite game was probably beating St. John's this past year.
Okay.
And my favorite comeback was 3 years ago, so my sophomore year, when we were at Findlay. We were down 14-7. That might be totally wrong at half. And then we come back and we punch a last-second touchdown in. And it was totally awesome.
Yeah, that is it for our special programming. Brayden, as always, I wish you the best of luck. You're going to Liberty, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Liberty for what degree?
Pastoral leadership.
Okay, that is a perfect. And you're playing football as well?
I'm not, no.
You're not, but his journey still lives on here in Northwest Ohio. Brayden, as always, thank you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's give a hand for Brayden.